When I built my dream bike about 2 years ago, one part that I got horribly wrong were the wheels. I bought these Shimano XT M8100s trail wheels, and while they were okay-ish in the previous 135mm travel configuration of my P-Train, once I upgraded to 155, they just felt like wet noodles and they just snapped on the first ride. That's why I'm using it as a chair. I needed something that can deal with a heavy rider on a heavy bike doing heavy landings. After a little search, I came across the Hunt proven carbon wheels. They looked perfect, but also cost about double of what I was willing to spend on wheels. Instead, I got their Enduro Wide version 2 wheelset. At only €441 with their current 15% off, they're a steal. I read some other reviews and they were mostly positive, although some commenters mentioned the spoke holes cracking, but I couldn't verify if that was with the V2. Now for your €441 you get a 28 spoke 33mm wide internal rim width front wheel and a ever so slightly narrower 32 spoke rear wheel. This means that the rear tire is a little bit more curved than the front, which I guess should help with cornering. Also, having 4 extra spokes is definitely going to stiffen things up in the rear while keeping the front flexible enough to track nicely over roots. The tubeless tape is pre-installed out of the box, thank you very much Hunt, and it comes with 2 valves that are already pre-punctured in the tape, so you can easily install your valves. What's really nice is it comes with 4 extra spokes, but I really wish Hunt would label these spokes so I know which spoke goes where, because that's a little bit confusing right now. Part of how Hunt is selling these so cheaply is their direct-to-consumer model. This means the ordering experience has to be on point. On their side, you select a wheel size, free hub and hub standard, you place the order, pay the money, and they ask you for the hub standard again. But more specifically this time, I found this really weird, but also in every single follow-up email you get from Hunt, they still ask for this hub info. Even now that I've had the wheels on my bike for a while, if I open the old emails, they will still send me to a link which asks me for my hub info. There's definitely some room for improvement here. The ordering experience though is pretty nice. Hunt actually takes care of the Brexit cost, thank you very much. And UPS delivered these to my door only 3 days after I paid for them. And I live in Belgium, so they had to come all the way over from England to Belgium in only 3 days. That's pretty nice. That said, the box was a little bit damaged. However, if your Enduro wheels can't handle shipping, they probably also can't handle riding. Checking the wheels, brand new, out of box, they aren't super straight at about 0.2mm side to side and vertical. Hunt checks if the wheel is okay on their QC card, but they don't mention what the target values are, nor what they actually measured. Anyway, I think Victor did a good job here. The wheels were still more or less straight after 4 hours of riding to shoot this B-roll. Using the included valves, I couldn't see the used but still good Vittoria Martellos. The front was okay after one hit without the valve core and with a tire booster. However, the rear made me swear a little bit more. Getting the tires on was easy enough, but I had to put sealant in the rear before it would pop onto the bead. Keep in mind that these are used tires, so perhaps new tires will be easier to fit. I'll let you know when Continental finally has their crypto tolls in stock again. Now for the important part, riding. I took these to Bois de Rêve, a sandy, rooty hill just south of Brussels. I found the rear wheel to be plenty stiff side to side, despite me and the bike weighing well over 110 kilograms combined. Of course, I had to case a drop to try out these new hoops, and the wheel was fine after. Great, 10 out of 10, would recommend, link in the description. Jokes aside, I actually did really enjoy the riding on these. They're not exactly light, but I did feel some sort of agility that I didn't get with my XT wheels, or the various DTs I have on other bikes. Now, I'm not sure what 2mm of internal width does to a tire, but I measured the front and rear at exactly 64mm. A 2.6-inch tire should be 65mm. As I said earlier, the front does have 4 fewer spokes than the rear just to help it track a little bit better. And here, on all these routes, I did feel pretty confident on the bike. I already mentioned agility, but I also felt more precision than on my old wheels, probably due to the better tire profile. I was able to hold my lines more easily, especially on diagonal routes. I definitely noticed an improvement compared to the 30mm wide Alex rims that I tried on the same trail with the same bike only a week before. Now, I'm well aware that that could all be placebo, but I really think there is something to these wheels. Now, where I really noticed the biggest difference compared to the other wheels that I'm trying is that rear wheel. Having the 32 spokes, sure, it makes everything a little bit stiffer, but I really noticed this when actually riding. The XT wheels, the DTs that I tried, and the Alex rims that I have for this bike, they're all wet noodles compared to this one, and this is actually stiff enough to really help me be confident when going hard into corners that I'm not just going to fold the wheel. That said, it is still comfortable enough, although this bike has such an amazing suspension platform that I should really put it on a hardtail to really find out. Of course, we also need to mention the hub. Noise-wise, I think it's average. I don't like loud hubs anyway, so that's a big plus. Now there's 72 points of engagement, which means 5 degrees. Not a trellis hub by any means, but plenty fast for enduro riding. It's also quite low friction when coasting, so no complaints about the hub really. Now I only just got these wheels and I think I've got about 10 hours of riding on them. So let me know if you want to see a long-term review on the Hunt Enduro Wide V2 wheels. One thing that drove me absolutely crazy with this Shimano wheel that I'm sitting on was the documentation. Shimano has a lot of amazing documentation, but I could not figure out what length spoke I needed to replace the broken one in my old wheel. I really paid attention to serviceability and right to repair sort of stuff with these wheels, and I have to say the hub wheels are okay. They're pretty well documented, but there's definitely room for improvement. I would really like to see a full parts list along with like an exploded view with part numbers, so we know if something's wrong, which bearing goes where, which spoke goes where, all that sort of stuff. So a little bit of room for improvement there, Hunt. Please address this. And so that brings me to the last part in this video, which is warranty. Hunt will give you 35% off if you crash on your bike, destroy the wheels in the first 3 years. After that, you're on your own. Now this is interesting because only a few weeks ago, we had brand new Santa Cruz Reserve. So this is a little bit annoying. I just got back and I noticed my microphone batteries died like 20 seconds into the outro. So here I am, and I'll just do a voiceover and give you some more B-roll to look at. Reserve did just launch aluminium rims with lifetime warranty against defects and 50% off of crash replacements until you just completely break them, and then you get them for free anyway. These wheels are much more expensive though, so you should probably do the math on what is best for you and the amount of wheels you intend to break. Overall then, I'm a happy customer. These Hunt Enduro Wide wheels, the V2 29-inch size, are stiff in all the right places and compliant when needed. Ordering was quick and easy, and having these taped up and with included valves sweetens the deal even further. However, I think Hunt can improve a little bit on documentation and that weird asking for a hub size thing.